How you doing on this fine evening, folks? Listen, it's Arturo, founder, Dream, Build, Live. Of course, partner in Ecotech, partner in FlightPlan.us. All the places where we help people like you launch amazing businesses, change lives for yourselves, and of course, for existing businesses, growing the hell out of them. And I don't mean followers. I'm talking about money, baby. Anyway, I want to get to the point here of the video today. It's a little bit about, motivation. How difficult it is to be out there in the game trying to win. How difficult it is to be unstoppable. How difficult it is to wake up some mornings, when the world is just kicking you in the face. How difficult it is to even get up and try. The overwhelming sense of fear, the fear of failure, the fear of everything. Because a lot of people are actually, it's like the paralysis by analysis. You're overthinking everything. You want to do so much. You get hungry one moment, you watch a video like this with a guy like me just in your face. Come on, let's do it. You're ready to go. You get out there and what happens? So I want to talk to you a little bit about a couple pieces of that today. I want to talk to you a little bit about where I seem to find a lot of those problems stemming from. A couple ways that you can really think about combating that. And additionally, a couple tips and a couple tricks, things that are going to help you stay motivated when things go wrong. Because let me tell you something about life, folks. It's going to get bad sometimes. It's going to be miserable sometimes. The people who you thought were on your side aren't going to be there all the time. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have problems. And man, let me tell you something. It's hard. It's okay. It's hard. But you know what else is hard? Living a life you don't want to live. Waking up and dealing with that 9-to-5 bullshit grind that you hate. Having that feeling in your stomach on a Sunday night and you're just disgusted because tomorrow's Monday. And I want to tell you something about it. I don't know if you knew this. We have the unfortunate distinction in this country that I believe the heart attack rate for Monday mornings is something like 2 times more any other day of the week. I wonder why that is, going to that place that has made you want to die. So I want to talk to you first about what I think happens and what I see the most in my experience, because clearly, I deal with a lot of people that want to launch businesses. They come to us with ideas, obviously, we set them up with the flight plan and all that. And obviously, by the way, we'll talk about it later, but if you look down here below, you can set up your free consultation as well with me or one of my monsters for a variety of topics. But we'll talk about that shortly. It's not the point. Anyway. So what happens? People get these great ideas. They're super excited. They want to get this business going. They know there's a market. They know it's just something that can be game changing, not just for the people around them and the consumer, right? But more importantly, it can change them. It can change their life. It can change their family's life. It can give them possibilities. For the first time, they can have control over their own life, over their own future, over the life they want to live, helping their kids. They can leave something behind, make an impact. And they're hungry. They're stoked. They're ready to just take over the world. But what happens? What happens? Well, most of the time, they go back and they talk to their friends and family and loved ones. Those people, their significant other. The people who, frankly, should be the biggest proponents for you living your dream. But what do they do instead? Well, most of the time, in my experience, they talk you out of it. Because their overwhelming fear is failure too. And the truth of the matter is, and I say this because I think it's important for people to realize, because in the moment, people tend to take it very negatively. They get very hurt. They can't understand why, the people who care most about them would kind of push back on their dreams, right? And I want to tell this to everyone out there. You know what the truth is? Your family, your friends, your significant other, they're just scared for you. That's all. That's all it is. It's not meant to be hurtful. It's not meant to be mean or evil, or it's not coming from a bad place. The truth is, just like most people, they're scared of failure. They're more scared of you failing than they have the want for you to succeed. And they feel like they're saving you from the pain. That's the truth. They feel like they're doing you a favor. by telling you not to bother because it's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, and you're probably going to fail. So let me save you from that pain. People prefer stability. They'd rather you keep that 9-to-5 job, okay? Because they know the check will come in, and your parents will feel good at night knowing that at least you're going to have a roof over your head. That's what it comes down to, folks. It's nothing more than that. So what do you do about something like that? What do you do? Well, it's simple. Learn to keep your mouth shut. Learn to talk to people about things, and if you're the kind of person that having somebody tell them, no, I can't, and is that easily dissuaded, I am going to tell you something, and this is true. Don't get hurt feelings on this now. It's the truth. You probably weren't that serious anyway. Probably wasn't much more than a pipe dream. Because if you were serious, like I'm serious, like the Dream Build Live members are serious, there would be nothing, no one, no how, short of death, that'll stop you. And let me tell you something, too, about the failure, and this is the truth, and this is something that actually very recently one of, and by the way, I don't use the word client because I don't have clients. We have fans. So one of our fans we've been working with to launch a business, their husband was very much pushing back, right? And again, I think a lot of it was economic stress. A lot of it, too, was really what I've been talking about. Just, the fear of, his wife putting herself out there and failing and something bad happening and how terrible that could be for her, and that was really what it kind of came down to. But I told her, I said, let me tell you something. This is the truth. Now, me personally, man, have I failed. I have made some terrible rookie mistakes. Years ago, in my early 20s, my first business I opened up when I was 14, booking myself, singing and playing all these instruments all over the world I've been. But as I grew up, I had some other businesses. I became a food and wine consultant. My business was doing extremely well, and I made a rookie mistake, man, because I didn't have someone like me to talk to and ask these questions to. And I simply took full coverage off of a car I paid cash, one of my work vehicles. And subsequent to that, I was hit by this drunk driver. He was huffing glue. He was doing blow. He was having a real good day. And he stole the car, so there was no insurance to cover. So what happened? I lost it all, And you know what the truth of the matter is? You know what happened to me? Nothing. Nothing happened. You know what happened? As long as you wake up on the right side of the side, you get up and you get back in the game. Failure is an event. Failure is a thing that happens. Failure is an occurrence, a moment in time. Failure is not a person. You are not a failure. And in fact, more so, if you have failed at something, at least you were in the game, and short of death, and I mean short of death, if you woke up on the right side of the sod, you can get up and do it again. And I'll tell you something, I certainly have. And I've had to do it a couple times. One of my businesses, my partner now with the technology companies, that gentleman is a super talented guy. He plays instruments. He was, my partner with the entertainment company. Well, what happened? Economy tanked a few years ago. Guess the first thing that goes. Probably don't need that, 20-piece band with the horn section, right? Happens. So you know what? You restructure, you get back in the game, you get back out there, and you find a new way to succeed. So the first thing is you have to realize one thing. If you aren't clear on the reasons why this is important to you, what your goals are, if you are not clear about that, if you really don't have the passion, if you really don't have the drive, if it really is that important to you, no amount of anything or anyone will stop you. Only you. Only you. And I want to talk about the excuses of what happened in the past. My mom, it doesn't matter. It's on you to succeed. And you can do it. And you can do it. Now, granted, we all need to get our head right once in a while. I'll be frank. A lot of our fans work with us for that. They start off with our general, the things that we do, right? And again, we do everything surrounding, frankly, you getting your business up and running pretty much. And I'll talk about it with everybody. Yeah, we do the websites, the app development. We can manage and grow the hell out of all of your, social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, but really the crux of what we do is just that. We bring people in and we get them their flight plan. How do we go from zero? How do we check the engine and make sure everything's functioning? How do we prep Before we get to that runway, how do we take off? How do we hammer it? How do we take you all the way into that smooth landing, to that destination? That's the flight plan. Now, obviously, you can take a look down below, and we'll get you set up with that. Obviously, the first hit is always free. And know this, though, be forewarned. You jump on one of these free calls, you're probably buying something. Throwing it out there. Anyway, as you're approaching these kinds of issues, you have to be clear on what those goals are and why they're important to you. Write them down. Write them down. Find someone out there. And if it's not a friend or a family member, if it's not me or one of my monsters, I don't care. I'd rather see you succeed. Find someone you can talk to get your head right. Find someone to ask questions to brainstorm with. Somebody who's going to kick you in the ass when you need it. And guess what? I'm not above that. My business partner does that for me too. I was just there a couple months ago, going through hard times, forgot what was going on in myself, and I had to have somebody, just straight up kick me in the fucking ass and wake me back up. Well, you may need that too. The other thing about this as you're moving forward, know one thing, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Everything worth doing is hard in life. And it's okay. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible. And your goals, by the way, big or small, they're equally as hard to achieve. So shoot big. People don't aim high and miss, baby. People aim low and hit. So go back tonight. Think about that business you want. Think about that dream you've been talking about. Remember how disgusted you were with that 9 to 5. Let that be your motivator. The lifestyle change, the money, the happiness, the fulfillment. Think about what you're leaving on the table. And don't ever let anyone, anything, anybody for any reason take you off of your dream. Because it was your dream. It was given to you. And you know what? When you leave this place, you want it to be a little bit different because you came this way. And it can be. And you can make it be so. So anyway, listen, you make it a great night. Again, I'll tell you what, if you need help with your flight plan, if you need help launching that business or growing the hell out of your existing one, and I mean money, not followers, money, give us a call. Check out down below. Now, check us out at iamdbl.com, iamdbl.com, at ecotech.net, and of course at flightplan.us. You can check us out on Instagram at iamdreambuildlive. Of course, you can find us on Facebook. And most importantly, claim that free consultation now for that flight plan, for that headset, that mindset. Do whatever you got to do. Check us out soon. And most importantly, don't let yourself be stopped. Dream, build, live.